Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this new Nightbird video. Wasn't expecting this, but we have got an update, we believe, from Uncle Howdy. So here is the journal. Obviously, this was in Friday's QR codes. And if we actually go down, look, we've got a new entry. What's really cool about this is that had the new next to it last time. Now it's this one, right? That's not new anymore. We've moved on to this. It's called Deciphering. And it seems like, well, we believe this was written by maybe Bray going into Bo / Uncle Howdy, right? And so it would kind of make sense this was either Bo or Uncle Howdy. I don't think Bo would be getting upset with the fans, but Uncle Howdy probably is, right? Uncle Howdy probably is. So here, if we click on it, Discipline, it seems to be Uncle Howdy having a word with all those fans that are upset that the group didn't arrive at King and Queen of the Ring. Now, I made it very clear I'm fine with it because I think the QR codes are so interesting. I feel like they're really giving us backstory at the moment. So I don't feel like this is aimed at me. My hands are clean on this one, right? So I'm feeling pretty good about this. So here's Discipline. It says it is important to question in order to believe. I forgive you, right? If we click on this, so it says, I am the one who hears the words of the red. I see the vision. We move when I say, not you. And it's important to look at the background as well, because this isn't coming from the therapist's office. This has not been written at the same time as those other notes. Obviously, we believe those other notes to have been written in the past, because you've got to write the notes, put them in an envelope, then deliver them. And we've been seeing those notes being delivered weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So I really like the fact that this is on the ground, maybe in the woods or wherever it is that Uncle Howdy is. If you recognize any of this dirt, right? If you recognize any of this, that's where Howdy is right now. Or as of last night. So there we go. We've got that one. So I am the one who hears the words of the red. I see the vision. We move when I say, not you. Right? We've got to say it's fair, really. I mean, that's a fair point, I think. Then we've got this one. And it is, patience is the road to wisdom. Have you lost your trust in me? Are you calling me a liar? He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. That upsets Uncle. If there's one thing we know about Uncle Howdy, he gets upset with the whole liar thing, right? Your arrogance, you know nothing. Maybe a bit harsh from Uncle Howdy there, but, you know, fair play. So we've got those from Uncle Howdy. I really love this. I think this is brilliant. You can see that it says PROV131 and PROV155. It doesn't just say 1 and 2, right? It says PROV131 PROV155. Something else updated as well. I did check the source codes. That was the same, right? But if we go over here, new music. I can't tell if this is Nightbirds, but it is all like 8-bit computer sounds. Like, I mean, it sounds like a really bad ROM through an emulation device, right? Like, let's play the music. Like a haunted Super Mario. Nightbird call into my mind. Yeah. It's a glimpse, that is, into Uncle Howdy's mind. Banger. That's got summer tune, summer #1, smash hit written all over it. So there we go. Okay, so that's the updated stuff. there's something else that was brought to my attention as well, right? If we go over here, we go bang, we go bang, we go bang. Look at this. Look at this.
This message is for Slivo, Renee, and Steiny.
Oh mein Gott, Jungs! Ach du Scheiße!
Acton Scheiße, indeed. I agree. So here is Rowan, right? He sent a message to these guys apparently about 2 weeks ago. I read in the comments. So this is Silvo. And I believe they are German by the sounds of it, right? I can pick up on these little clues. They sound German, and it's a group that like work on Nightbirds and like work on Bray stuff. Someone must have bought them like a cameo, and so they got this cameo from Rowan, right? He interrupted, he went away, and then he interrupts again and comes back.
This message is for Slivo, Renee, and Steiny. It seems like you've sent your community, Team Soko, through quite the rabbit hole.
Right, so he just goes on to say, like, he's been asked to say thanks for all the work they've been doing, but it gets real good, right? It gets real good. Skip forward a little bit.
What?
Der hat das gemacht.
He's got the whole world.
What the fuck?
Hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got
Look at the eyes.
By the way, ist das eine neue Maske?
In his hands, he's got
Ja.
the whole damn world in his hands.
Jawohl!
Was passiert hier?
How sick is that? Isn't that amazing? Amazing. So obviously check these guys out, especially if you talk German. Yeah, really, really cool. Love that. So let's go off this. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Okay, and this is a folder we want new. I just threw as much stuff in here as I could. So, SlamX, shout out to you. This was the first I saw of people letting me know, but so many of you got in touch, and I want to say a big, big thank you. I literally woke up, had something to eat, and I was like, right, let's get started, shall we? Jumped in. This is the first thing I saw. I was like, oh my God. Wasn't expecting this today. So SlamX, shout out to you. This Wilfredo is the first person I saw tagging me in that Rowan reveal. I stumbled on something very weird. I was just looking through social media and I found this video of Erick Rowan. I don't know if it's real or if it's fake, but it looks real. No, it looks real. It looks, from what I read, a couple of weeks old. Wrestle Rian, killing it as always. A little bit of a stretch, but I was wondering where the pictures were taken. I think it's on the ground at Bo Dallas's farm. On the 20th of Feb, 2021, CJ Perry had an Insta post of them on the farm. This is the chicken coop area. Looks similar, right? I mean, it could be any dirt anywhere in the world, I would say, but I do like the idea that we've gone, guys, it's this, it's definitely this. In all fairness to Wrestling Rian, that's not what they're saying, but I love the thought because you're absolutely right. It could have been taken on Bo Dallas's grounds. I mean, this is Uncle Howdy, I'm sure. I don't know how planned this was. I don't know if they saw the frustration online and they were like, right, let's do something. Let's react to this. You know, we've got a way of getting a message out with this journal. And obviously people are going to be checking that journal every day now to see what updates there are. So there could be some connection there. I really like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't include it. So Wrestling Rian, shout out to you. Right, Robert, we got a few other bits in here. I just grabbed what I could when I knew we were doing this video that I wasn't expecting. Ronald Robertson, shout out to you. Just tag me in this. Who is Pluto in the Bible, right? He is the classical ruler of the underworld, right? So, who is seen as the double ally or adjunct, I've never heard that word, to the figure in Christian known as the devil, Satan, or Lucifer. So that's really interesting, isn't it? This is someone who is a double or an ally to the devil, to Satan, or Lucifer. This is the classical ruler of the underworld. So it's funny, I mean, also it symbolizes rebirth, regeneration. So, I mean, it really is. You can see why they're leaning into that Pluto symbol, because it really is doing a lot of heavy lifting, right? So, love that. Yeah, Erase Your Mind, shout out to you. This was the first person I saw telling us about the Proverbs, okay? So, Proverbs 131, a wise son heeds his father's instructions, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. So, good. And Proverb 155, wise children will hear and obey their parents. That's nicer. That's a lot more simple. So there we go. So a wise son will listen to their father's instructions. I don't really get this, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. And 155, wise children will hear and obey their parents. So again, just really furthering that theme of Uncle Howdy being upset that you think you know better than he does when this group should arrive. Not me, again. I was fine with it. Uncle Revel said, the journal updated and the music is different. Uncle Revel, shout out to you. I might have missed that music if it wasn't for Uncle Revel, so really appreciate that. Wrestling Rianne again, talking about the numbers, and talking this time about 133 and 155 in the angel number context, saying that the universe is listening to your needs and wants, growth and evolution, suggesting for us to grow and evolve as an IWC, and he's listening. So, you know, I really like the fact that it links to the Proverbs, because it did have pro in front of it. So I think that it links primarily to these, but it's fun to have a look at these angel numbers. I don't put much stock in the angel numbers, because I just think with angel numbers, they're like horoscopes. They're quite wide. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can fit anything, really. A lot of the time it's like the universe is listening to you, or it's a time for rebirth. And I kind of feel like those things are so generic, they'll fit most situations. So angel numbers I'm not personally a big fan of, but I do love the fact that we are looking into them. I mean, we are really tackling this from lots of angles. So Wrestling Rianne, brilliant work as always, my friends. Here's some other stuff. Look, Colin says Nikki Cross defeated Bayley on SmackDown to earn Alexa a rematch for the SmackDown Women's title at Extreme Rules, right? On Raw, both Nikki and Bayley competed in a Beat the Clock challenge matches to obtain the right to decide. So I think what we're saying is that those two characters that we saw in the ring with Bianca and Bayley, they've got obviously very strong connections with Nikki and Alexa. And you can go back to like 2019 where you've got some pretty strong connections there. Nikki defeating Bayley to get Alexa a rematch for the SmackDown Women's title at Extreme Rules as well. So again, another little link there to Extreme Rules and everything. So Colin, good work, good digging. Here's Brett Lee saying that the pictures, these, which I was thinking they could have been cave drawings, and I still think that's something that they should look to explore, because I think that cave drawings, you know, we're talking so much about caves. I can't believe that we haven't gone into that yet, like looked at cave drawings, some of the famous cave drawings from around the world. So I don't know if that's something that will be brought into the campaign a little further down the road. I was thinking that that's potentially what some of this could have been right behind. But Brettley's saying that this image has been shown before. And it's true, isn't it? That line underneath, which I was confused as to what it is, it looks like a shadow, as these are pictures attached to a wall. So they're not like cave drawings. They're drawn onto paper and then stuck onto a wall. And it's that slight shadow, isn't it, underneath? I'm still very interested in that in the middle. I'm still very interested in what that like baby bird is. If you look at all these Plutos and then you've got that that's different. So at least we've got a clearer image as to what that actually was. I had lots of people saying, is it a mask and stuff like that? And when I looked at it, I could see all the Plutos. But yeah, that's what it is anyway. So Brettley, good work. Oh, and this is brilliant. Taming Pasta said the Twitch stream linked to Rhaenyra seemed odd. So I went back to rewatch it. The image of Nixon with liar written all over seemed a bit out of place. Turns out the Watergate scandal took place on June 17th, 1972. Nixon's most infamous lie. And it is another indicator of June 17th. I keep saying you need to be aware of Taming Pasta doing amazing work. So there we go. Nixon, liar, and the Watergate scandal was on June 17th. That date has been shouted at us very loud. So June 17th once again coming through. So definitely excited for that weekend. Definitely excited for June 17th. So, right, and that's it. I mean, I will see what else we've got. I mean, my notifications have gone mental, and I needed to try and catch up with a load of them anyway. But I wanted to get this video out there. This is just some of the top stuff that I've seen. I might be able to actually. I was going to have a look and see. I mean, I've got other folders. Look at all this. I've just got so many different folders and whatever. We might as well. I don't know how much there is in here. Click in here. Let's have a little walk. We'll just have a few minutes here. So Kimberly said, my question is, what is written in red Sharpie on that floppy disk? So this top bit here. That's interesting. I don't know. Something written there. It looks like D-A-H, but it could be anything. So if you want something on this Sunday afternoon to get your teeth into, you could have a little look at into that. Oh, I've got to shout out Dripzilla. Do you remember that hidden thing, that hidden article, right? And we couldn't work out what it was. Dripzilla worked it out. It's this, Will Rogers, Motor Court. Now, obviously, we found out that thing was just a copyright-free, royalty-free thing that was in the background, right? Behind the articles. But he still worked out what the actual logo was. It was that. So, gotta give Dripzilla all the credit in the world. These articles, there was a logo here. That was the logo. That was what we were trying to work out. Right, it could be a clue turning it into a negative, but it didn't reveal anything. That is true. Yeah, we were trying to figure this thing out, this article out here. And it did say, look, negative results. So it was being pointed out, turn it negative, and then you should get answers. We tried it. It didn't, unfortunately. But just another little glimpse into some of the work that's been done during this campaign. Obviously, it was Bray's birthday the other day. Lovely message sent out by WWE. You can see the fireflies. Microwave said, I know this was uploaded a month ago, but it is Howdy's TikTok channel that was used during White Rabbit. We see the image from WhatsApp appear in this. So that WhatsApp message of remember who you are, that is on the TikTok account from a month ago. So going back even like a month ago, we've got glimpses of these envelopes. And that's important because that means that those therapy sessions and the writing of the notes, you're going back a month ago. You're going back a long time ago because the envelope, which we believe that's what it is been written that long ago. Right, Jojo wrote this. So this was from Jojo. It said, happy heavenly birthday, my love. I miss you every day. We miss you every day. Nothing is the same without you here. I want to say more, but I just feel broken and defeated. I love you forever, Wyndham. I wish I could still hold you and give you 1,000 kisses, and some pictures of her with Bray. That was sent on his birthday just a few days ago. Gary Stevenson said the VIP passes for Clash at the Castle listed Nikki Cross would be one of the superstars you could meet before the event, along with Drew and Piper. Interestingly, the description has now been changed to Drew McIntyre and more. So she was going to be someone you was going to meet, and that has now changed. So it's right that it's changed because obviously we don't want to be advertising she's going to be there, and she could still be there. She was clearly planned to be there, so they had plans for her to be there. Those plans now may have changed, but they may not have changed. Right, look, I got sent this on May 24, and I didn't know this was going to be something we needed to look at, right? So I put it in that Nightbird folder and I just could never get to it. I mean, I almost ended this video without getting to it, and I was going to look at it later, but I thought, let's look at it now. Framed Figures on May 24 sent me this. Nikki is at home as well. Maybe we get Bo on Saturday and then they introduce the others. So obviously we didn't get anything. But how funny that she sent this image out on May 24, just a few days ago. And I think it was May 25th. That was the Friday. On the Saturday, we sort of needed this information. We needed to know that she had 2 dogs. We needed to know what her sofa looked like. That's crazy, man. This is just a lovely, hey, me at home kind of picture, and you look at it that way. And it was more than that. It turned out that the QR code could be unlocked by this picture, and we could work out who it was, you know. Meant crazy, just crazy. Ghosted said, I think that Bo might be able to use both hands. There he is holding the microphone in his left hand, right? Which I don't know how unusual that is. I mean, if you need to do something with your right hand, I could talk into a microphone in my left hand. I think holding a microphone and writing is different, isn't it? I mean, it is. So, I don't know. Is that a sign that he is ambidextrous, that he can use both hands? I don't know. I thought it was interesting enough to include here, though. 95 Till Infinity said, what do you think one from Uncle Howdy teases? So, is that going to be the reveal? I mean, I feel like this person has got a white veil, but it could definitely be based on this. Maybe when we get to see this person's face, it's going to be this mask, which I thought was a really interesting thought. So I do love that connection, but we don't know that it's going to turn out to be this, of course. Yeah, interesting. So 95 Till Infinity, excellent work. Hailstorm said, I was watching the latest and realized if you connect the dots, maybe the locations aren't important, but it's a reminder that rebirth is coming. So I can see what we've done here. We've tried to turn it into a Pluto, and I think if we were to do that, it would curve, wouldn't it? But we still haven't quite worked out what these locations give us other than that Rainerius, right? And maybe that was it. Perhaps they just picked random places to give us the word Rainerius, which was excellently worked out by the IWC the other day. But we are still left with these locations not quite knowing how they connect. I do love the idea that it is a constellation. I do love that. I really don't think it was the arrow. I was not sold on that at the time. And obviously they didn't arrive in Saudi Arabia anyway. But yeah, I still feel like you select these exact locations for a reason. Because they could have made a Pluto, couldn't they? They could have made a Pluto quite easily. They could have selected places in Canada and then like gone down to the USA and made a Pluto. But these are the ones they chose. And we know when it comes to something like this, there's a reason for it. So why did they choose these exact locations? That still, to my knowledge, has not been solved. Random thought just came to me in relation to IRS making weird kids. Could the bride be Mika Rotunda just as a way to help Bray? Yeah, so that's Bray's sister, Mika. I don't know that she was a weird kid, by the way. But a lot of people thought she was going to be Sister Abigail at one point. She didn't. She wasn't. And she would likely, you know, be up for playing some role in this. I don't know that she wants to be a wrestler and all that. I don't think she does, actually. I believe she's got another profession, but I think that she, I would have no doubt that if they asked her, would you, like, you know, contribute to this, that she absolutely would, you know, as a way of paying tribute to her brother Bray. But, yeah, something to be aware of. He did have a sister, and to my knowledge, we've not seen her before. So, Paul, excellent. I love this. I included this because we were trying to figure out what this was, and I said, right up here, this was on May 23rd, it looks like a bird on a building at the end of a pier. Bird on a building. Pier, look, you can see the water, and then you can see like the gaps in between right? Where you've got the stands for the pier, right? So, but we never got any further with that. And then look at this. This is excellent. NS Mommy 6. So, like, going, maybe it's not gaps. Maybe it's actually water shooting up. So that means that these aren't gaps. It's actually water shooting up, which I didn't even consider. So that would be a pool. That would be the edge of that pool. These would be water jets shooting up. And then what would that be in the background then? I mean, it'd have to be a pretty fancy place if that's what we're looking at. But this continues to frustrate. So I did love that thought, though, because that never crossed my mind. Love that. Right, here, look, Gorilla Press went on to ChatGPT, right? Put in Jackal MD, came back with Dr. Rory Jackal, who is a neurologist, right? And that's what ChatGPT found. This Jackal MD, there's a few things that are being found for it. I think the leading theory is that it's Doc Jackal on Reddit. Doc Jackal on Reddit apparently has been coming up with Nightbird theories and doing a lot of investigating. And we know how they like to acknowledge, like, you know, people that are working on trying to solve these clues. You know, they do a lot of work. So they are very grateful that people are going to go out their way to work it out. They are grateful that people aren't just ignoring this thing, right? So they have been doing a lovely job of acknowledging different content creators, different people that have found things, you know? And yeah, they also have been quite clever with not just coming out and saying the exact names. If you look at all the previous examples, they don't ever come out and just list channel names as they are. They sort of mess them up. They even make them a little bit cryptic. And so I could see Doc Jackal being turned into Jackal MD, because MD is a medicine doctor, a doctor of medicine. That would make him Dr. Jackal or Doc Jackal. So I think that's the lead-in thought. But yeah, I mean, this was a great find as well. Anything to do with the mind, neurology. There is a Dr. Roy Jackal as well, who's got 43 years of experience, so many congratulations to him. And here we've got this from Ro the Bro, who said that he pulled a muscle on this one. Sorry to hear that. Dial tones from the DTMF Decoded. So 77 means that you're on the right track. I mean, I wouldn't even know how you do this. Is this like the connection noise that we're talking about? I don't actually know the noise that we're talking about, but it was only 19 hours ago. So I think that means it was probably the dial-up tone would be my guess, right? So, and then you put it through this, and then it gives you numbers, which I didn't even know this was a thing, a DTMF decoder, which might be worth knowing about for the future. So 77 means you're on the right track in life. 6 people to be gathered. 33 represents healing through love. 55 means you should proceed with caution because a significant life change is ahead. I don't know if that's angel numbers again. I'm always a bit cautious with them because, as I said, their themes are so generic, but I think it's undeniable. There's a lot of stuff here that really fits well. Certainly that 6 being like the number of people, the Wyatt 6 that we're expecting to come together. Healing through love. That's nice, isn't it, considering like the loss of Bray and everything. So, interesting. I thought that was really good from Ro the Bro. And here's Taming Pastor again, says, the references to the Mother of Exiles and Statue of Liberty have been present since before the Rhaenyra's QR codes. We can see glitched visuals of the new Colossus in Twitch streams. So we've been seeing a lot of that. And obviously that pointed to backlash because we thought Statue of Liberty, it was a gift from the French. And that's what they were trying to tell us. It looks like what they were trying to tell us is more the date that it arrived in America is June 17th. So we've been getting a lot of connections with the Statue of Liberty, Mother of Exiles, all of that. And we think it's because they're trying to tell us the date, June 17th. So there we go. That's another folder that we've looked at as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It went longer than I expected, but I know that you enjoy these deep dives. And certainly a few things there for you to be thinking about. I'm going to keep working through gathering stuff together. There's a good chance we'll get another video later on today as well. So I'm going to go off to start work on looking into that and seeing what you guys have sent over. But as always, appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.